2. We're live.
We're live. Hello. Hello there. Wait, I need to
classic.
turn on the lights.
What's he doing?
Oh, what is he doing?
Turn on these lights.
Should try and.
I need to grab a spoon.
I'm gonna try something if you're trying something. Hello there. I'm gonna try my footrest and face this way. Okay.
All right.
Wanted to move my footrest under there for a while. See if I can. I can't hear you if you're talking to me.
I will put on headphones.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm kind of locked in here. Locked in. I'm locked in. Okay. Here we go. We are live. Fucking hell. Stupid. 4 people, eh? Hey, 4 people. If you're on YouTube.
I can now hear
If
you
you're on YouTube, give us a like.
through my headphones. We have
Cool.
a few
Test. Are they
hundred
new?
people here.
Are they new headphones?
Kind of.
Well, I can't hear
Yes, they're
myself,
new.
but
Well, not.
They're
new.
They're
new.
secondhand, brand new.
No, they are brand new, but they are really cheap.
Oh, okay. Well, they look clean, and
I
can't hear
wanted
myself.
something proper. You can't?
No. Test. 1,
Okay.
2. Yeah. Amazing.
What
We've
about
solved
now?
our issue. Hello. Yeah, I could hear it. Yeah. If you do that, I can hear it.
Yeah, but if I get too close, I won't get that close. You see the balloon? Or like, oh, you see.
I know. I love the moon and the UFO. It looks so good. Well,
Yeah, they are so funny.
everyone, will you join me in wishing Kabaz a happy 7th birthday? He got there eventually. That's so
That's
cool.
our. Yeah.
You need to bring them like behind, just right behind you, like literally right behind you. Like, so they're low, you know, so they're not like off the screen. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I need to get myself some of those for behind me.
So let's do that. So that's the 7. Yeah. And then
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Set them off now. How's everyone doing today? Let us know where you're at, what you're up to, and what time it is where you're at, because it is 4 p.m. where I am now. And this is what, I mean, you know, this is what I like to see. It's getting lighter. I mean, summer is coming. I'm definitely a summertime person. I like the warm.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited for summer.
Yeah.
And my garden,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Oh yes. Gardens. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put the
tons of
thumbnail
my
up.
work from the garden. I was thinking if I could like, if we could go live from my garden, but it will be probably too noisy with all the birds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I just show up by saying like there are birds in my garden chirping?
What?
It's like my background. If every time if I have a meeting with a client in my my garden, my clients are like, "Is that a green screen?" I'm like, no, it's not. Yeah, because it's really nice. It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we've
so
got a garden.
I'm pretty much set up, but I want to write a few things. So welcome everybody. Please join us through YouTube if you can. Oh, we have Behnam. Hi, Behnam from Twitter. Thank you for joining. So cool. Okay, so we have a few nice things to talk about, and where is the Omma
quiet
one?
though?
It's not.
It's been quiet.
Yeah,
really quiet. Scary, eerily quiet. No new models. Few little, things here and there. If you've heard anything interesting, drop it in the comments, and maybe we'll do a live reading together, an understanding of it together. Because, yeah, I think we've got time today. What's the hottest bit of AI news that you've heard this week? That's what I want to know. And hopefully we're covering it. Although I have just seen hot off the press, well, not like that hot off the press, MacBook Pro, the Mac Pro. Mac Pro's been discontinued.
Oh, well, not a surprise, right?
No.
We kind of saw this coming by them not updating it, not showing any love at all. So,
yeah, looks sick though. I reckon that'll be a relic. That'll be a collector's thing. What did it run? M2 Ultra, wasn't it?
I think so. That was the last
or
update.
M3, M2, yeah. I'm still really torn about the next laptop I get, whether I wait around for this new design or whether I just go and buy a 14-inch one, get rid of my 16-inch because it's too big, do a new 14-inch one, and then just sell that when the time comes, buy a new one. Because by the time October rolls around or November, whenever this next new laptop's going to come out, I'm sure it'd maintain most of its value. I think.
I'm not that sure about that one, actually.
You're not sure about it?
No. I don't know. Like how much did you pay for you have a Mac M1 Max?
Max, yeah. But I didn't buy it brand new. I bought it brand new secondhand.
Yeah.
So £1,100, something like that.
That's really cheap. That's really good.
Yeah.
Like the amount of performance you get out of that thing, it's incredible.
I mean, it's starting to show its age, man.
Yeah, but still, like you probably are going to do some, like, if you do local AI stuff, yeah, but other than that, it's like for most people it's much more than what anyone needs.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like yeah. I just think I just wish things just worked a little bit smoothly, but yeah, it's a great machine. Are you ready? We don't have to start, by the way. We can just,
Yeah.
I
have only the intro.
Okay. Well, I can just talk about what I've been doing this week, because I'm trying to commit to building stuff, to continue to build stuff. Although I've got work, and although I, by my very nature of being a content creator, I naturally look into new tools and try out the landscape of things, but I still want to be building. I still want to be building for fun. And at the very least, which is my plan for next Thursday, I've had enough. If anyone follows me on Twitter, I know a few of you are on my Twitter. I've had enough of Frame.io, which is the tool I use to get feedback or send sponsors my videos and get them to review it, this and that and the other. And they don't allow you to, once you've gone over your space, they don't allow you to then clean it up. They just alert you and say, you've gone over your quota beyond the allotted time. So obviously I've been over my quota for like a couple of weeks or something like that. But it's just not clear in the interface. And I render everything out 720 or even lower than that, just to try and keep size down. And plus it's better that, if they need to review a low quality version so they don't steal it. But yeah, no indication that I've gone over, or no clear indication that I've gone over. And, you know, it doesn't take a lot to say this video will go take you over your quota. We're not going to let you upload it. Just don't let me upload videos, you know? Point is that it shuts you out, and now I'm stuck. I need to contact them to delete things out of my Frame.io account. All that to be
That's
said,
crazy.
next Thursday, I'm going to continue building my Frame.io clone, and get that up and running. It doesn't need to be crazy, you know, fully featured. Just needs me to be able to upload a video, and, you know, at the very least upload videos, because barely any of them even leave comments. So just upload a video, allow them to watch it. That's it. That's all I need. And then I can just keep adding. But yeah, this week, kind of blown away by, which we'll cover today, computer use by Claude. I started to see how much stuff, and I'll be making a video on this, so subscribe for more. How I'm basically replacing OpenClaw with Claude Code. And I won't, you know, don't want to ruin the surprise, but I was playing with computer use, and it just got my brain whirring. And then I was like, okay, let's see what I can do with regards to my channel and pulling in all the financial data. Because similar to your challenge you were telling me before this show, pulling in different financial data from loads of different platforms is a bit of a pain. And more specifically, computer use can't like make cool, like it could navigate to my studio, you know, it could navigate to my YouTube studio using the browser, but there's a cleaner way of doing it, and that's through the API. But it can't make requests to APIs, but it can use MCPs. So I built an MCP that connects to my YouTube analytics and also a bunch of other stuff. So I'm going to add on the ability to edit my videos, because I really want to be able to just tell Claude, hey, update the title of this video to this, or something like that, because I had some ideas for new titles of some videos that aren't performing that well. So I was like, it'd be cool if this MCP could do that. So that's another issue. But the point is, now it can read my financial data, pull that all together, look at Notion. And I was like, oh, this was fun. It was a couple of hours in the morning. I woke up super early to do it. And I was like, okay, that's my Thursday build day done. I've built an MCP. And it was the most vibe coded thing I've ever done. Because I did it all inside of like the desktop app. And just the manner in which I approached it was so like just someone would just be like, oh, I suppose I was telling it to make an MCP, so I kind of knew what I wanted, but it was, by my standards, very untechnical, and it was good fun. It was cool.
Yeah.
What are you building?
Too many things right now, like our YouTube app, or like our YouTube kind of like helper app. I've been working on that. With Codex app, by the way, like that's where most of my vibe coding is happening. And I'm trying to understand, like I'm trying to build like better UIs, and it is a lot of fun when you do like experimentation and things like this. I made a node-based AI-driven system to create, like, to give it essentially to you. Let's say you have a video and you want to make the metadata and also the description, etc., and the thumbnail. And my idea is to give it the transcript, and then you choose what you want, and then it just generates whatever you have put in. So I'm approaching it in two ways. One is with Node-based, and one is with just normal UI, and it's just a lot of fun. Another thing that I'm doing that I'm not ready to share yet, but I would like to share sometime, it's a presentation, and I can totally see sharing that with you, and maybe you do something to it as well. A presentation for AI and doing like kind of like workshops. So I want to do like community stuff, like go and do AI presentation and workshops. And for that, I'm making the presentation itself, but I'm I'm not gonna use PowerPoint. I'm building my own PowerPoint in a way. So what I'm building, do you know Kahoot? And there are like tools like that. There are like these interactive tools, and they all either cost money or they don't integrate well with other things. So I've been using Claude Dispatch to do a lot of the research around the UX and the possibilities. So I want to have a tool where I can build like presentation slides, have presentation notes and things like that, but also animation built in and also interactions with the audience. And we are probably going to use Supabase maybe for the, we will have like users in the live audience that can scan a QR code and then they can tap in and answer my questions as they come in the presentation. So I don't have a prototype yet, but it's fun.
Less related to the tool, but why were you using Dispatch? What was the advantage of using Dispatch?
I'm not at my PC as much, so
okay, fine. Nice.
I can't. So I'm just like on my phone, and I'm not even typing. I'm just using voice flow. Why do I keep forgetting the name? Whisper flow, voice flow.
Whisper flow, yeah.
Whisper flow. I use Whisper. I even have like the button on my iPhone for it to just talk about what we can do.
What I really want from Dispatch is, I think we kind of spoke about it earlier, but what I really want from Dispatch is once you've done it, it's all just in the one conversation. What I want Dispatch to do is actually to create a chat or create a project that you then work within. So in theory, you could Dispatch, that creates a project or whatever, that's doing its own thing. Then you can dispatch another project, or you can have another conversation and then go into that previous. Because like, what if you're working on two things at the same time?
Yes. Are you familiar with Telegram group topics?
Probably. I use Telegram and I'm in.
Yeah. So in Telegram, you can have groups, and in the groups, you can have topics. So if you don't have topics, you have the entire chat in a flow. With topics, you have kind of like tags on the top or on the side, depending on how you want it. You can have them on the top, and you have like general questions, project 1, project 2. That kind of like UI would be perfect, because I would like to have both, actually. I would like to have an overarching, we should talk about this later on, but I would like to have an overarching, like an agent that understands everything. But also I would like to be able to tap into individual kind of like threads and be like specific.
What I was thinking. Oh, go on, you finish.
That's how Codex app is, because Codex app now has sub agents. So you can have a thread, and in your thread you literally say use sub agents, and depending on what the task is, it spins up sub agents with cute names. So what you can do, you can continue chatting in the main thread, or you could go to the individual agents and like sub agents and tell them to continue whatever that they need to continue. And sometimes they report back, but sometimes they get deactivated. So you have to go to the parent and say, hey, activate agent Omma or whatever, like Gamma, I think was called one of them. Anyway, activate it, and then you go back to it. So that kind of UI would be really nice in Dispatch.
Because what I was thinking when you were talking, I was like, but you're introducing a new kind of ecosystem, a kind of new, just something new. Whereas what I was suggesting is like leveraging the existing ecosystem by saying, put it into a chat, just make it into a new chat or make it into a new project, which are things that already exist.
It does.
But then you said about this whole idea where you like to like reference or like whatever. There's where it starts to make sense to introduce another new ecosystem, like paradigm side of thing of combining it all. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, it's cool. At the end of the day, I'm happy just sending something off, and I don't necessarily need to all of them to like reference each other and stuff. But
Yeah.
what are you doing?
This is just quickly. This is the UI I'm building for this transcript edit thing, and it's quite good, isn't it? Like this is pretty nice.
Yeah.
So I can add the transcript, right? And then I can say how many like thumbnail text I want, or if I want anything. And this is just changing the prompt. And then I can send this to AI, and it sends it to an AI that I also have. So it uses my API. And then I can take whatever I have and go to image gen. And here I can generate. Is that you? Not really, but I can generate images, and look how nice it is. Like I have
got the tattoo in the hood.
Yeah.
Oh, so you wanted the majority of that image. You just didn't. You wanted a better image of me.
Yeah. No, I wanted to make the entire thumbnail with AI, and I can, but yeah, I was playing with the prompt, but it wasn't as good as I wanted. But all of this, by the way, is created by me just based on whatever I need. So, like, look, it's really good. I can say another version, and now I have this whole thing. Did I show you that I can do draw, and I can say, this is how I want the thumbnail to be? And say, like, add reference, and then the reference is here. It's like, it's crazy what you can do with AI, and this is like the crazy that this is like not working yet completely as I wanted to, but it's essentially mixing all three tools into a node canvas, a node-based canvas.
Right, we need to start because
I
have a hard cough. Have you done the intro?
Yeah. Well, the important ones.
There's so much confidence in that.
Yeah, I have the important ones. All right, so we have 28 people. Before we start, just consider sharing it with a friend or two, and let's have a discussion about AI. All right, so this week, Framer introduced shaders. Spline came up with a new tool that allows you create full-on 3D websites, and not just a 3D scene, a whole website with AI, of course. Elon unveils TERRAFAB to make chips in the US, potentially. And Claude, as we mentioned in pre-show, can now use your computer. And with this patch, you can control your Claude, which can control your computer. So all of this in today's episode and more. This is Command AI. I'm Kabarza.
And I'm Sam. And this is a week in AI, design, and dev.
Nice. So we have a few nice things to talk about.
A few nice things. Who's going first? What's up first? What did you say first?
We have our Lord and Savior first.
Elon Musk?
Well, it's a joke I make with my friend. He's like some people, yeah. Anyway,
are we talking about Elon Musk? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, it's like who else could be our savior?
Okay. Well, I didn't work that little number into the intro, to be honest. But let's go with what I've got. Elon Musk has formally announced the TERRAFAB project, a joint Tesla and SpaceX undertaking to construct one of the world's largest chip manufacturing operations aimed to produce over 1 terawatt of power, computing power annually in the US. So this is actually pretty big. Like I saw a video on it, and I was reading up about it, and I didn't quite understand it. And then reading a little bit more, I was like, "Holy fuck! This is actually very, very big." So As we said, Elon Musk formally announced the TERRAFAB project on Saturday evening, a joint undertaking with Tesla and SpaceX, which I said to you before, like, I think this is some sort of tax, higgledy-piggledy stuff to try and, offset finances and whatever. But there is reason why there's this joint thing, maybe, if you squint a little bit. But he did a presentation on stage, basically announcing that they are going to be producing chips, producing, like computing power, which I think they said 80% is destined for space, and the remaining 20% for ground use, which I don't quite like what they, because he referenced the Kardashev scale in the presentation, talking about how they can utilize, whatever. Are these chips going to be working and doing things in space to enhance space travel, or to send computing power, because it's cold, right? Send compute power back down to Earth? I don't know.
So did he talk about Kardashev scale?
Yes.
Well, that's very Elon Musk. We know that.
Of course.
He likes to
sci-fi everything as much as possible.
Imagination, and I'm on board. Like, honestly, with the story
I'm here for
part, for the story part, but for how realistic that is, we'll see. But the thing is, we've seen this. Elon and also other companies, they do want to put data centers into space. Why? Because these data centers need a lot of cooling and a lot of power, especially a lot of power. The thing is, it ends at, the power. That's where you have the most benefits, because you have the sun shining 24/7. But here's the problem. What not enough people talk about, it's a lot of material to send up there. And of course, Elon is the perfect person for it.
Yes, you just reminded me. This is why SpaceX is kind of linked to all this. But he did a comparison of the rockets, and I think they were going to send up like 200 tons into space. Now, I don't know what a normal payload is, but I do think it's something between 1 and 5 tons as a normal payload, because that's why they sent
more. I think
it is more. Is it?
I think
because that's
more.
Why they sent the car. So. Remember, they sent the Tesla car into space, and I think that was to demonstrate. I mean, of course, it was a long, long time ago, but that was to demonstrate that they are able to send big payloads into space. Doesn't matter. The point is, they're going to be sending a lot of materials into space. But saying that, let's get into some of this sort of stuff, because here's the thing about creating chips. They're all pretty much created in Asia, East Asia, right? You got TMC, you got TSMC, you got Samsung, Micron. They're all massive companies already with a massive experience, a lot of experience building these chips. And a US company is going to take that on. That's going to be, this is so much more expensive. Obviously, the labor is going to be pretty expensive. They've got a lot of difficulties ahead of them. And I think this is what this article kind of goes on to explain. The tech giant is hiring a semiconductor infrastructure manager to oversee. The role is based in Austin, suggesting the TERRAFAB could be built near Tesla's gigafactory on the outskirts of the city. So we actually don't know where this thing is going to be built. Would face enormous challenges, a huge bill as it tries to master one of the most complex technologies on the planet. The global supply of semiconductors is almost entirely produced by a small handful of companies, many of them in East Asia. And you mentioned this one in ASML in the Netherlands, which the designs are etched onto silicon wafers at the molecular level by specialist lithography machines. So that's obviously a company not in Asia. But the point is, these are very complex, very specific, and already world-leading companies which they're going to take on, which, as much as I dislike Elon Musk, I think probably he has got it in him to do that. He kind of did it with Tesla.
Yeah.
But Razvan said the procurement in these on-demand ASML built machines was a critical roadblock for any would-be chip maker, because basically, if you're a brand new customer, you're probably waiting a couple of years before getting on your hands on one of those. So that's all. That's the kind of, you know, logistical stuff out the way.
Well, he's been really good at that, by the way. Like, he has been able to get his hands on like things that others, like, from
he's got a lot of power.
Having a Tesla factory in China, all the way to one in Berlin, all the way to like the things that he does with SpaceX, the things he did like before building rockets. He is very capable of getting his hands on resources. I mean, he was trying to buy Soviet rockets. I don't know if you know or not. He was actually like trying to buy some Soviet rockets to use for SpaceX, because he didn't start by building these rockets. He wanted to get his hands on existing technology. So he was literally in contact and trying to buy these. So he's a man of resources, but there are some connections. So he needs compute power for his XAI. That's an AI company that needs a lot of GPU power, a lot of electricity. Having your own data center in space would be amazing for him. Same goes also for Tesla, because this is connected to Tesla, and I think Tesla now owns XAI, which owns Twitter. It is. So it's a family business now. Well, one person business.
Money laundering business is what it is. I don't know if it's money laundering, but you know what I mean. There's definitely
it's not money laundering, but he's it's about taxes and also how you value one of these companies. So it's kind of like that's what he
it's mental does. Gymnastics in the world of business.
Yes. So but I've done like some research, and I've done some like it's, to say the simplest, we don't know if it's going to work with data centers in space. And there are like a lot of not very optimistic people out there. One, because you need to bring a lot of just material, just raw materials. You're not just bringing a GPU. You need to bring like a data center to space. So bringing that is a lot of work. Constructing them is a lot of work. We don't know still like what is the plan? How are we like building these together? Because you can't have, by the way, this is like very important, you can't have just separate clusters. Like, the power of these data centers are in being linked together. That's like a part of the NVIDIA technology, that they have this, what's it called? Like they have a spine.
Fusion type of technology.
It's a spine. It transfers more data than the entire internet by multiple times or something like this, just in one of these data center racks, just in one essentially big computer. The amount of data that needs to be transferred between these GPUs is insane. So how do you bring this infrastructure up to space and connect them? That's unsolved. That's going to take time to solve. How you bring that amount of mass? He does have the rockets, but they are cheaper, but it's not, necessarily as cheap as just having a data center on Earth. There is another thing you mentioned. You said it's cold out up there. It is, but the issue is there is no air. So there is no way to get rid of the heat. So the heat that these GPUs create, it stays. It doesn't radiate, because
like
to radiate
when you light
you need a medium.
In space, it just hovers around the end of the thing, right?
You don't. In order to get rid of the heat, you need a material, a medium, to move it through it, to pass it away, right? So you can't do this in space, even though it is cold. So there are people saying that there are ways to do that, and it seems like this is something to be tried out. So all of this, in short, is not very clear if it's going to work out, but it is quite exciting, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Disliking Elon for all of the, the crazy things that he does, these like engineering things that he does are, to be fair, are exciting, and we'll see.
Yeah. Cool. Well, good luck to him. Send him my wishes. Send him my best wishes. One of you out there probably knows him or something. Seven. What do you call it when you remove 7 people? I don't know.
Yeah, you have like 7 people to connect to the next. Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to Framer / Omma. Whatever how you.
They're separated. I would
separate.
Yeah, I would separate them. Let me actually grab my tea.
Oh, but I thought you were going to talk about. Sorry, I'm thinking it's spline and Framer.
Yeah, spline is separate from Framer.
Okay.
We could have them in one video, but no, it doesn't make sense. It's 2 different things.
It's your time. It's your time to shine. You do it.
I have like 2 things to show, so let's say it like this. All right. Let me grab what I need here. All right. Framer now supports shaders, and these are gorgeous. So let's have a look and see what Framer does, and also how it compares to Unicorn Studio. So Framer now allows you to add your own shaders as a component and add it to your page. You just go to insert, and here you have elements, shaders, and these are all the shaders that they currently have, but I noticed that they are adding them like quite quickly, and these are also just simple components in a way. Theoretically, you could just build your own. Just with AI, you could build your own, but it's nice to have some like pre-made ones that kind of like tested. I hope, I assume that they are tested, and yeah, they're really, really nice. So as you see, I can click on them, and each has its own settings. Some of them are animated, some of them are not, but I assume even those could be theoretically turned into some animated shaders. Some of them need an image, so they are processing the image that you have in a way. But at the end of the day, they are quite simple, even though very, very beautiful. As you see, I'm lagging a bit because I'm having too many shaders. Yeah, so here, just as you can expect, it's cool, pretty simple. It's really, really cool, right? So,
but I think designers will do something very creative with these. I think it's all in the hands of the creators.
Because this is an image that you can swap, for example, in this case.
Oh, yes. Look at that. Yeah.
So this action, this like effect is happening on an image, and they have obviously like different type of effects. But I need to like, again, as I mentioned, like you could make these from scratch fairly easily. You could go to Shader Toy or Shader GPT and get very similar ones with the prompt even ready, and just make your own. It doesn't, but it's just something that already exists, and you just drop it in if it works for you. So that's really nice of Framer. Now, if you've heard shaders, you probably have heard Unicorn Studio. That's another tool to do these kind of like really cool WebGL stuff. So this is just an example from the community. What is the difference? So if you need something really simple, like a background effect where you could have some design or text on top of it, these from Framer are perfect. But they are not necessarily as interactive or interactive that much. But these from Unicorn Studio, they have layers. This is where you have these different layers, and you can add mouse interactivity. So for example, if I add position now, this model also moves. You can do a bunch of things like this, which you can't do with Framer, at least yet. You can also do like timelines. You have just so much more. And if you haven't used it, just so you see, these are models and these are the effects. So they have tons of effects. And what you saw with Framer is essentially one of these effects kind of like constrained like even more, and that's it. You have that in a frame. Whereas for Unicorn Studio, these can be layered on top of one another, and you can make them somehow interact with they affect one another, like a noise affects like a 3D model that can warp it or do some crazy stuff with it. Yeah, it's really, really cool what you can do with, let me show this with Unicorn Studio. Just if you haven't, just have a look at the community stuff. They are amazing. I mean, look at this. This is kind of relevant to what we were talking about earlier today for that little project of us that we have going on. Yeah, you can do this kind of things with it, which is really cool. Very lightweight. I've used it for a client website. These from Framer, I assume they are based on React 3 Fiber, probably.
Maybe. I was going to ask.
Sure.
So there's no way to inspect the code, whatever.
You could, like, if I publish. Yeah, if I publish, I could inspect, but right now I can't.
Why can't you publish?
Well, I haven't published. Can I publish? No, I can't on this project because I have added myself for another video. So I can't do it right now because I have to pay. And if I, or wait, actually I can't publish to the Framer. I got mixed it with some. Well, I need to put this, let's see, put it in the frame. Okay, give me a second.
Put it in the frame. Oh, I see. This is an existing project that, yeah, got it.
Yeah,
This isn't just a blank file.
So
my guess, it's probably just going to be a canvas. You're probably just going to see a canvas.
It is a canvas, but like I'm not sure if we can see.
Yeah.
Wait, why does this say image?
I think it's just another way of
div.
Doing the same thing, pretty much. It's rendering it into an image component, probably.
But how does that work?
I think that's probably just something an image can do. Probably the same as a canvas.
Like,
have to look at the image HTML.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I have an article to read. I haven't read it yet about paper. The article is about a div is all you need. And I think they do cover this. I'm not sure. I might be missed. But interesting that they are doing it with an image. Interesting. What happens if I go to the image? I get a static image.
Is it
so
it
they are
IMG
rendering
image?
This into?
Yes. So that is okay. Interesting. Yeah. So they're taking a raw image
it's a PNG.
and they're applying. So it's a PNG image. What is that image? Is it IMG, the HTML component, or is it like literally IMAGE?
No, it's IMG.
Interesting. Okay. Because
decoding out. So, okay. So let's see. Now that we are deep in this, let's see one that doesn't have an image. Let's see what happens if I add this one. Is it the same?
Interesting. I can't see any APIs that might enable you to run shader effects on an image element, which is interesting.
So now I have the second one. Let's see. This is also an IMG.
Yeah, how interesting. I have to look deeper into that because I'm not seeing any like just to flash on the screen what I'm looking at. If I add mine to the stage, I'll just remove you just for a sec, just so everyone knows what I'm doing.
Oh no, I found
I'm on the image element documentation here, and I'm looking through all of these to see if there's any indication of some sort of API, but there's not. I mean, decode maybe, I don't know, but yeah, that's what I was looking.
No, I found the canvas, so there is a canvas.
Okay,
there's a canvas, it's behind it. So if you look at my screen again,
I got it. Yes, so it loads the image and then takes that and then loads that into the canvas because it needs to be present on the page somewhere. That's what I think.
I'm not sure if that's why they do it. What do you mean? Because these,
well, you need the image loaded on the page to inject it into the canvas element.
Yes, but these are not images. That's my point. Like these dots, these are not.
Oh no, maybe not that one. No, but I'm talking about the other one above it.
Even that one, I don't think this is an image with a filter on it. I believe these are WebGL effects, like completely calculated. So I think the image might have a different reason to exist. Like it could be accessibility. It could be a fallback. So it's maybe because the image is a screenshot or like a render of a frame of the component. So maybe it is a fallback thing. But if we look at the canvas here, we see draggable false style. Yeah, it's just a normal canvas and we don't see too much into this. I don't know if React 3 Fiber would show up. It doesn't show up. It just says React.
We'll look into it, see if we can determine what is the thing and you know whether you could load it into, you could create a new code component and get it all working like that through a code component. But
definitely cool. Like
and V1
I've seen people and I've seen people using Workshop they've been creating WebGL and shader effects just with custom code. People do it in Webflow too. Like I've done it just with custom code. Now it's just cool that there are some like very simple, but powerful, because you can do so much with these. You can do so much with these.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna keep this one. I was searching actually for this. Funny that it just appeared right now. Cool.
Did you see the Linear announcement about project managers are dead or something like this?
No, but actually, let's have a look before going to the next one.
Might be like a blog.
Wasn't it called like New or something like this? No.
Well, if probably just go to their blog.
It's called
issue tracking is
issue.
And then
next.
Look at this logo.
Yeah, I was like new next.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so.
Play around with that.
Well,
I think
we built this actually. We have this. Have this built. No, not. I wish we had. We have a version for Webflow with text. Like you can render text like this for a small project.
There might be
we
some
did
more as well. It's quite nice.
No, there is not. So you were talking about the image effect, not about the article.
Well, both really. Yes. I mean, I don't. About the image
well, this is kind of like relevant. We could go into it. I don't know if we would have time. Maybe we keep it for the end.
Yeah.
Because it is about. Should we do it at the end?
Yeah. Do it at the end, just in case we don't have time.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hesitant. Which one should I show first for the intro here? I'm ruining it for everyone live.
Behind the scenes, BTS.
This is BTS. So I think this is like also proper to discuss it. So I was thinking about saying something like you can now create full-on 3D websites with this new tool, and then maybe show one of these. Yeah, maybe show one of these. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. Can I do this? Yes. Let me prepare my screen for the other ones as well. I'm ruining it for everyone.
Don't you hate it when continuity just doesn't work between Macs? Something you rely on so heavily, and then when it just doesn't work, it's just not working at the moment between my...
Yeah, that's why I paid like 4K for my devices, and yeah, but it's quite rare, but often, more often than not, it's a Bluetooth connection issue. Just wipe code your...
yeah. Well, I can airdrop it. I can just airdrop it, but
yeah,
I just got a link. I got a link from my our producer, and it was for a new AI no-code build tool, which we might take a look at. But yeah, anyway, that's what I was trying to get onto my machine from my phone.
Crazy. Why do they have all this setting thing and mine doesn't have? Okay, let's go with this one. All right, so here we start. You can now create full-on 3D websites with this new tool, just like this one. So this is essentially just Spline. If you've been around, you've heard of Spline.design. Here we have it. This used to be a tool to create just scenes like in 3D. Then they came up with another tool, HANA, to create like 2D/3D stuff, but lightweight. And now they have Omma. Omma? How do you pronounce it? Omma. You can now create things like this. And just as a component, like the website that I showed you, and you can create even, look at this, you can create a full-on game. Well, it got stuck, but look how fun it is. This is really fun. Like, okay, I actually want to just play with this. It is insane what you can do with it. Yeah.
So what, this was just a prompt?
I assume, well, it is in the community. It's not just one prompt, but I assume it is made with a few prompts. I don't know if the models are, they're probably like open source models brought in. And look at this. There is this control thing. Like you can control a bunch of things. And yeah, even the, okay. Reset. Okay.
You die.
You can break things, obviously. And as you see here, we have another control for this one. And the controls kind of look similar. It seems like we had this discussion. It seems like there is some system prompts for these here. So I wanted to recreate this. Let me actually reload it. I want to recreate this carousel that you've seen a billion times. Right? Yeah. Creating this has not been an easy job, okay? It has not. It was like really difficult. So I prompted Omma with images, and I came up with this.
Okay. Getting close. Close, no. But no potato.
It's not close. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is what I learned from this. The jump, and this might be true about all AI generated content, like for real. The jump, or like the difference between the first prototype that just has the resemblance of your idea and the final product, the gap is insane. It's much bigger than what most people think. In this case, it was like 3 months of work between what was when I got something that got me excited and I was like, oh, this is it. I can envision it, until like I could see it, and I still don't see it to the level that I want. It took 3 months, and this is just not even the right direction. But to be fair enough, this is my first prompt. It's not like particularly a good prompt. And if we look at the code, it's just an indexed HTML. So this is, I could theoretically just ask Claude to do this.
That was going to be my question. That was going to be my thing. Like, what is the news here? What is this tool offering exactly that you can't get from a Claude Code? Well, how much is this, as an example?
It's quite expensive. So if I go, where can I see it? Upgrade. So
can you
$39.
Can you open up their homepage in a private browser as well? Once you've done that, just to see what what their offering is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why can't I? Okay, now describe it. Omma builds it. 3D scenes, websites, games, apps, describe anything, and Omma builds it for you in seconds. So it is not only 3D, but it is with maybe focus on 3D. It's the team having like a lot of experience. And to be fair, like Spline has been great in terms of like they've developed a lot. They have grown so much in the past few years. And I was one of their like beta users. I used it before like many people heard about it, and I was just having so much fun with it. And the team has been shipping. But it seems like they never hit their moment being like, okay, this is the tool that everybody can use, like mass adoption, and also to make money for them. Most of their users, from what I've been seeing, have been like free users. And with Omma, maybe they are trying to have another shot at maybe another trend. Maybe it is coming together, a lot of what they've been building. Maybe they can connect it somehow with Spline. But right now, it is not connected with Spline at all. Like 3D design and Spline, it is its own thing. HANA is also a part of Spline, but Omma is its own thing. They're completely separating it and marketing it separately. They had this 3D AI generation, by the way, as a part of their. They announced this, I believe, like 2 years ago when AI generation became a thing, and it was okay-ish, but just like other AI generated tools. Now, if we go back to Omma where it was, here they are serving enterprise, which also makes me question like, how ready is this? Maybe they want to quickly start making money. Another thing that I want to show here, when you compare the features between free and the paid versions, in the free version you don't have image generation or 3D model generation. And to be fair, for my carousel, where is it? Can't find it. For the carousel that I showed, I did say in my prompt, don't make images, because I knew that I don't want to spend any tokens on them. I just want the boxes.
Right? Got it.
Exactly. I said I want to have color gradients and 3D model generation. So that's the thing. On the free version, you don't have 3D model generation. So that makes me question, for something like the car instance or any of these instances that we see, what is making the models? I'm pretty sure, I'm like almost 100% sure this model, I've seen it.
Through JS,
because
right?
Yes.
It's because
I'm logged out.
Mask.
Yeah, exactly. But it's cool. It's a new tool. I guess I'll have an eye on it. People are building, as you see, like from dashboards to 3D games. and we'll see what it can do.
Get your eye on it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, oh God, something clattered in the background there. Cool.
That was the cat.
Yeah. God damn it. Well, from boring visual 3D craziness to pretty cool. I'm the developer. I thought they are cute. That's a big cat. It's bigger than you.
Yeah,
That's a
he's
chunky
huge.
cat.
Pedro.
Cute.
He just
Pedro.
called you fat.
I didn't call you fat. I called you chunky. Okay.
He is strong.
Look at the size of it. It's a panther.
Yeah, he's
Just like, yeah, I'm just getting picked up.
He's cute.
How many cats do you have?
He's chunky.
Yeah,
Just one.
Look at him. Just big.
Yeah,
He's
but
big.
he has a huge garden, and we have other cat. Like my neighbors have cats.
Right now, it looks like you're
his-
holding a toddler with like a beige jumper on. Just then, it was so big.
Yeah,
Just like sleeping on your shoulder
and with a tail.
with a tail.
Okay.
Don't toddlers have
Yeah,
tails? I thought kids lose their tail after like 6 years or something. Is that? I'm not a father, so I wouldn't know.
No, I don't think that's. I don't
true?
think that's
Oh, okay,
a thing. But
Someone lied to me.
What's it called? Like the baby
Hippo?
when they are in the uterus, when they are like tiny, like they have a name.
Do they? Fetus.
Before you call it, fetus. They in many animals they do look very similar, and we do have a tail there, but I think
we
stops developing, or I don't know what
Yeah.
happens to it.
It's an evolutionary thing left behind when we used to have tails.
Yeah, we're just monkeys without trees.
Yeah, monkeys
After
without
trees. Yeah.
Okay, I've got my blanket here, so I'm comfortable. Okay, right. Okay. Claude gets auto mode. That's what I'm going to do next. Just because it's boring and I want to finish with a bang. What are you concerned about? What are you looking at?
I was looking at the document. So the Claude auto mode, I was like, I know this. I'm not sure though. I had to look and I was like, oh, I remember. I'm surprised that nobody else came up with this before.
Yeah.
But like, it took so much. Okay, you go on and I'll explain.
Well, Anthropic just released auto mode for Claude Code, letting the AI handle permissions itself with safety classifiers, reviewing actions before executions. So what does that mean? Basically, we're all familiar, or we should be, all familiar with, unless you're a designer, I don't know, with when you're coding, when you're vibing out on Claude Code, it's asking, do you want to perform this action? Do you want to perform that action? And it could be quite, annoying. You can set permissions and things like that in place, but it could still be quite annoying, and you can, work through them. But progressive disclosure is an important part, and safety is an important part of AI, right? So to bypass this, dangerously skip permissions is one of those things. But auto mode is an alternative to that. Today, we're introducing auto mode, a new permissions mode in Claude Code where Claude makes permission decisions on your behalf with safeguards monitoring actions before they run. And it's a research preview only on the team mode. So to me, this is basically an AI judging whether it should or shouldn't be allowed, which I'm guessing contributes more towards your token usage.
So the meme, the Obama giving Obama medal.
A medal, yeah. Pretty much.
So you tell your AI, hey, you can give your own some permission. So it will be really fun when it starts to hallucinate, giving itself more and more permission.
Yeah,
that would be really fun, like getting in a loop. But I'm surprised that nobody else came up with this before, because it kind of, like, jokes aside, it kind of makes sense. Like having a different agent being like, very careful. Maybe it's like the security agent that is like, yeah, sure, you can do this. Yeah, sure, you can do that. And
it's token usage. Depends what you're doing, because it's extra token usage at the end of the day, right? Because you are right, but then do people really want to be paying extra tokens for a decision that people are scared of AI, right? It took a while to get to where we are now, because people are like, no, I'm not going to let AI do this for me, that for me. But now we're slowly coming around to AI being quite actually all right. So yeah, whilst I agree, I think it needed to get to this stage. It's not like people didn't know or didn't want to. We've wanted to for quite a while, but let's go through what's going on anyway. So Claude Code's default permissions are purposely conservative. Every far-right bash command asks for approval. Some developers choose to bypass permission checks with dangerously skip permissions. Auto mode is a middle path that lets you run longer tasks with fewer interruptions while introducing less risk than skipping all permissions. Before each tool runs, a classifier reviews it to check for potentially destructive actions like mass deleting files and sensitive data exfiltration or malicious code execution. So I don't need to labor on this point anymore, really. I think you know what it does. It's just an auto approval thing. So yeah, only available for teams. I'm not part of a team. I'm a solo dev. I'm a lone wolf, they call me. So I can't show you how to do this, but it's a simple flag for admins to disable auto mode. Kind of a double negative there, so it's quite hard to understand. Or developers run Claude enable auto mode. So it's actually a flag when you run Claude. I saw my friend on GitHub today created a process that auto does this all the time. So if you forget to run it, whatever, it's not quite nice. You could just set an alias, I guess. You could just reconfigure Claude to run Claude enable auto. But yeah, that's kind of it. Nothing much to say there, but I can't try it out. And I want to understand permissions a bit more, if I'm honest. I want to, because you can set permissions up per project, but they're this crazy, it's not like natural language. There's a format you've got to follow. Maybe I can even show you what I've got.
I thought like you can go to your Claude in that specific project and set permissions or like allow list to star. So that's everything. So it can do everything. I did this for a project. Well, I told Claude to do it for itself, and it did, but it kept asking me for permission. So I don't know what I got wrong there.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I want to show you now. Oops, not that one. Stop screen share. Present. Share screen. Window. Settings. No good. No environment variables on display. Yeah, it's like this, right? It's... Whoops. Sorry, I've got all these windows open. Let's just close them all. Make it a bit easier to see. Yeah, so it's this crazy thing. It's like bash and then npm and web fetch, all of this stuff. But like it just feels like there must be a way. I mean, technically you could probably do this. And that will allow you to run any bash command. Very, very dangerous. But I think it's just so specific. Like if something changes, let's say, for example, a write happens. I don't know how to explain it. But
can you select all and just do a star for a moment? Like just everything in that list.
Is that what you mean?
Allow everything. I did that.
I think that's dangerously select permissions, right?
It still asks for permission, and I don't know what I got wrong.
Well,
maybe I'm setting something wrong.
Did you exit Claude and then enter back in? Could it have been something like that?
100%. Yes, multiple times.
All this to be said, I want to understand permissions better, and I want to make a video on it. I want to add it as part of my masterclass thing, because I'm still like you, just a bit like, huh? Like I'm setting things and I'm still getting the whatever. Or you just go full auto mode and let the good times roll, baby.
Yeah.
Let the good times roll.
You mentioned something just quickly about the token use. I don't know if you've seen the NVIDIA CEO saying that an engineer should use like 250K worth of tokens per year.
Yeah, something cringe like that. Yeah, good
so
way.
you need to have more agents, helping your agents to set up more agents to do something with agents. Yeah. Agents all the way, baby, because the token seller is saying so.
Yeah. We're not going to be measured in lines of code anymore, boys. We're going to be measured in token usage. If you're not using,
by the way, I've seen this on Twitter. Like people saying that there are companies that are requiring this, that they tell their engineers to use more tokens. They are like monitoring your token usage. If you don't use enough tokens, you're a bad engineer.
Yeah, I think my mate, I met someone who worked for Meta, Facebook, and he didn't want to use the company Claude because all that data goes back to the bosses and whatever, and it's just ridiculous. We're doing good for time, so we might be able to backtrack. So this one's going to be good though. This is I say for the best to last because I really love this. This blew my socks off. Claude?
You should start with that. Like just that sentence you said. You should start with that.
Yeah. Should we just go into it?
Yeah. What you like? Say it again. So you said this one is really good. It blew my socks off.
With this one, okay.
Yeah.
This one is really good. It blew my friggin' socks off. So Anthropic has just launched computer use. Research preview, again, they seem to be tiptoeing around this for Claude Pro and Max subscribers only on Mac OS. Letting Claude move the cursor, click, type, complete forms, all autonomously. You can even assign them from your remote control. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So you've been using Dispatch, huh?
Yeah. So basically, your Claude can now use your computer, and with your phone, you can use your Claude. So you basically, with your phone, you're controlling your agent that spins off more agents to do stuff on your computer at the same time. So theoretically, you could have hundreds of agents do different things on your computer. That's crazy.
Absolutely. Let's just separate the two right now, because there's two things we're talking about. Computer use is something that you can do through the Claude desktop app. Computer use, this is what we're talking about. But maybe last week they also launched Dispatch, which allows you to message Claude Desktop and tell it to do something. You could use Claude Desktop last week and tell it to do something, but you didn't have access to computer use. But these two little puppies are a match made in heaven for just sending stuff off. So I've got Claude open here, and I've got my OpenClaw over there, and I was going to say something like open Final Cut Pro, render the video that opens, mark the Notion video database as edited, and text me that you've finished editing it. Let's see what happens there. See if it can understand. I'm hoping that turns on so you can see it in the background light up. But I don't think it will.
Probably won't. You from what I understand, what it's saying.
Yeah. No. I'm just. It's doing its thing.
You're waiting from. Here we go. Isn't it asking for permission?
So yes. So now it's asking for Final Cut Pro permission. I was hoping that would light up, but there we go. So it's asking for Final Cut Pro permission. Let's go get.
No, it doesn't light up. By the way, I've been using it, and I've seen that exactly. It won't light up. It uses your computer without turning on the screen.
Even better.
But how does I?
I'm gonna go get it. Hang on. Stay here.
Yeah. The dramatic effect. Okay.
So you can see this kind
Yeah.
of orange border.
You see the orange on the
around.
border. Oh, it's doing things.
Yeah. Just working away.
It's such an autistic moment.
Yeah.
Because I'm so excited that the computer is doing something.
This is the future, baby. This is the future.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do like 8 things at once right now. Right, here we go. And now I want this. So it's gonna. Oh, I probably need to allow it, right? I probably need to approve it. Oh no, it's still doing something. Yeah, it's still going.
It is doing things.
I'll monitor my phone. I'm looking forward to seeing what it does. So I can confirm that it's rendering. There's a little icon at the top there. I didn't know what video was going to pop up, so I just said render.
Yeah.
So I could have probably told it which video to render, actually, because I've got, if anyone knows anything about Final Cut, all my projects are done. Oh no, I clicked the screen. Oh no, no, it doesn't. Yeah, it's good. We're good. All of my projects are down the left-hand side there, so I could tell that. But I just told it to render the first video.
So until this renders,
it's finished. So we're finished. Yeah, we're done. Now it's hopefully it's going to open up Notion, and it's okay. So this is what we're going to get into. So there is a sequence of things that it will do, right? Because this is not efficient. You got to think this is sending off screenshots to Anthropic, and then taking action every 30 seconds or 15 seconds or whatever. So now allow Claude to use Notion update page. So this is fallback number 1. I'll do it through dispatch. Connecting. Or maybe. So this could be a bug, but it's okay.
What happened?
Because it's not saying anything on my phone. So I'm just going to click.
So just say continue.
But in the future, this should pop up on this will pop up on my phone. So it's going to do that. So the first fallback is going to see if it can do it through any of the connectors that Claude has access to. I have access to Notion, the connector. If it can't do that, then it's going to go to your browser. It's going to go to Claude Chrome extension. Oh, did you hear that? That sounds like a text message. Did you hear that? It went
no. But maybe the mic has picked it up. DHL
all done. Rendered. Notion, Claudius Short, marked as edited. So, we should have been sharing my screen as well. Let's put that down.
Let's see.
Let me share my Notion. Stop screen.
So it has access to your
share
Notion,
screen.
not ours.
Window episode. Let's do that. So here's my videos here. And I just saw it very, very quickly pop up. If we look here, Claudius Short, edited, done. And then, just because I don't want you looking at all my things, you can watch it in the edit. Let's see where that text message went to. Because I'm going to explain something. See that bottom one? See how there's 2 there? This is the problem. This is a new feature that got released just the other day, plugins, that it can use iMessage, which, as you said, it's against terms of service.
It does it on your PC, on your laptop?
It does it on my laptop. So it does it on my laptop. The issue here, you can see that it needs to message yourself. So the blue message is me messaging, and then the gray is me receiving it. So I've been using it. Every single message is doubled up. There's where it failed, so that's fine. But you've got the blue, and then you've got the gray. Yeah. So that's the problem with
it.
It is
annoying.
They'll fix that. Or whatever. So I don't get the the excitement around the iMessage thing. Unless I'm doing something wrong there, you let me know if I'm doing something wrong. But I don't get the excitement about the iMessage integration that they launched yesterday. However, how fucking cool was that?
Yeah, that's really cool. Like I've been using Dispatch all week.
Yeah.
Like since they announced it, I was like, holy shit. And then computer use, these two go so good hand in hand.
Yeah. But you can just check, Dispatch is a way of what I like is that your skills get synced across your whole I was dispatching things because I thought, oh, my skills are installed on that machine. But then I just went on to normal chat, and now I'm able to use my skills in a normal chat because they will get synced off. So that being said, the reason why you might dispatch is one, which is the thing I was talking about that I was building, which is an MCP. I can't use an MCP on Claude app on my phone. However, if I dispatch it where a MCP is running on my computer, then that's a good reason to use Dispatch. That's why I love Dispatch. So you can do if you can use a skill, or if you can use if you can use a skill, you can just use normal Claude. But yeah, you get so much. You can get that's how you get computer use from away from your computer. Use that. But don't get me wrong, you can use computer use on the main machine that you're on. You just might find it a bit annoying that it's got this orange border around you, and it's also interfering with it's obviously sending a screenshot of your screen off to Anthropic to make its next action. So, which is why I was like OpenClaw when OpenClaw got released, and everyone was talking about Mac Minis. I'm like, you do not need a Mac Mini for OpenClaw. It doesn't need all of that power. It doesn't need, unless you're running local models. That, I think I'll be making a video next week how I replaced OpenClaw with Claude Code. Finally, like actually, like not just like a whatever. The only thing that I've forgotten if we spoke about this in the intro or not. The only thing that I really want is scheduled tasks are a massive thing in OpenClaw. And this was what my whole video about this feature was on my channel. Is scheduling and having tasks just run automatically. There is a scheduled task. We have an AI producing this podcast, right? This podcast is produced by AI. I don't think we talk about it enough. I get a message every 3 times a day about articles that the AI thinks that we should include on the week's episode. And then it goes through a whole Notion thing. But what happens is that this we received during this episode. So I probably need to tweak that a little bit and say, don't bother on a Friday afternoon. But I don't know whether you can see this, but those are messages. And then I respond and say, include article 1, include article 2, or whatever. That interaction, that back and forth, is something that I cannot do with Claude Schedule and Claude Code. Like a schedule will run and it's run on that machine and I won't know a thing about it. Or if it's run on my main machine, the thing I'm looking at right now, I might see a notification at the top right of the page to tell me that a schedule has run. But there's something quite nice. If the Claude app can notify me on my phone, and then I can jump in and start messaging it and say, give me article 1.1.3. That's the sweet spot. That's the last remaining thing that I need.
So what if Claude Schedule can automatically create the list and put the list automatically in Notion, and then you use Claude Dispatch to query that Notion, and then
it's not
smooth.
Like all schedule.
You want it to happen in one place. Yeah.
All schedule needs to do is notify me that it's run, and that I can then pick up and enter that conversation, because there are so many skills involved in this whole process but yeah, that's the last thing. And then OpenClaw will probably be out the window if it wasn't for the fact that I've got hundreds of dollars of inference on loads of Chinese models from all of the referrals I've earned recently. I logged into Minimax because I made a video on Minimax. I logged into Minimax. I've got like $500 of inference on Minimax. That's crazy. Years. That's years of using Minimax. So
That's
do I,
crazy.
do I use Claude Code for everything, or do I just? It's an excuse for me to use all my Chinese stuff. I should sell those accounts and say,
Yeah, I was thinking, like, can you sell them? Like, sell your account.
But
$500 worth for, just sell it for 200.
Yeah, exactly, right. I will wrap. Was there one thing that you said that you would do it for you about Claude Code? You were saying something about dispatch, just while we're on that topic.
No, I think I just mentioned that I've been using it.
No, I think
and I mentioned for
show, I said
I said
my thing, and then you said something as well.
No, I've been using it to create an AI presentation and a tool.
No. It was
before that.
It was the channels. It was the channels you were talking about. But we might have spoken about this at the beginning of the show. Like Telegram, that's what you wanted. Nested, and you said about codex.
Yes. Okay.
It was that thing. It was that thing.
Okay. So just to add, well, that should have been at the start of the video and not kind of like the end of it.
Well, I mean, I realized we would get into it, to be honest, but yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. So just to explain my experience with dispatch. So dispatch seems like an overarching model. So it's not a model, like a context in a, what do you call it? Why am I going blank on the? No, not context.
Orchestration.
No, it's just agent. Okay, so in my experience, dispatch seems like it's a conversation that is happening with one agent, and this agent remembers everything. It has a memory of your entire conversation, which can be about many different things. So you can say, go do task A, and it goes to task A, and you can continue the conversation. You can add a new text message, and this new text message, this message that you send and this new prompt that you send, this overarching agent receives it and decides to add this to the conversation that is already going on, or create a new conversation. So there is an agent creating these conversations that you can actually see in your conversation list. If you go to Claude and chat, you see in the chat sidebar, there are multiple different conversations, and each is essentially a session about one of these tasks, which you are adding in one place. Now, what we talked about earlier was it would be nice to have a way to access those separately. And the way I like it is maybe a combination between how Telegram groups work, group topics, where you have a group with different topics, like there are separated tabs within an environment, or like Codex app that you can ask to have to run sub-agents. So again, you have an overarching conversation and the sub-agents are below it, and you can continue the conversation in the, let's call it master conversation, where it decides to relay what you are asking to the next agent, or just go to the agent, sub-agent, whatever, that conversation and specifically ask it. So I would love to see that for Claude Dispatch, to have this kind of like, to give us some control over it. Right now, I have to tell it to cancel a task or to like ask about a task that was, it's kind of like a messy conversation if you do multiple different things at the same time, because you're talking about different things. And sometimes it sends you a long message. It says, research about this, and then the text about it. And then it says, by the way, the other task, I went on and messaged Sam on Discord. They're completely different things, but it sends you in a message altogether.
Yeah. Well, let's wrap up on this. Oops, I've just clicked invite rather than share screen. Let's wrap up on the remaining bits of this co-work thing. So like I say, it's going to try and use connectors first, because that's the most efficient way, whether it's an MCP or CLI or whatever. it's the back and forward sending screenshots is obviously just not efficient. So it's going to use that first, and then it's going to use a browser. This one surprised me. I wonder why the browser is more efficient than the screen interaction. I don't know. But that's what it's going to do. The Claude is trained to avoid, this is interesting, engaging in stock and trading or investment transactions, inputting sensitive data, and gathering or scraping facial images, which is interesting because it needs to see that it's a facial image, or it needs to see that it's a stock trading platform before it's going to choose not to engage with it. So you've already sent off your sensitive stuff to Claude, and before it's even decided whether it's not going to do it. What to avoid: managing financial accounts or investments, handling legal documents or contracts, processing medical or health information, interacting with apps containing personal information. I think this goes without saying. However, one of the most boring, laborious tasks that I have to do on a weekly basis is to go through all my emails, download invoices, and then link them to transactions in my accountancy app, which I found out today, Kabaza doesn't have. Well, you do. It's just this fragmented system across many platforms. But you still have to put receipts next to purchases, right? There is an app that you do that, and that's just such a boring task for me. It's not like I have tons of, but it's just it gets to a point where I've got like tens of them to go through. I'm just like,
I have an assistant to do that. Like I have an actual assistant, a teammate. She goes through all my accounts, downloads everything, and if she doesn't have an access to an account, like there are a few that I have access, like Amazon, AWS, and stuff like that. She asks me to give her the invoice, and it's so annoying. I know it's just going there, and so I have a Notion list. Actually, I have a Notion database of all my subscriptions with links to the dashboard, like to the specific link, because the links to dashboards in every app is different. So I have that link. So if I click it, I go to the part that there is an invoice. It would be nice to give Claude access to that Notion and say, click these and download them.
Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, where do you draw the line on financial information? Really, this is just, for me, it's just putting invoices against, uploading them. But and what could really go wrong is I'm not doing my due diligence, which I wouldn't do my due diligence. I just cannot be bothered with this stuff. But if it uploads the wrong receipt to the wrong thing, it could get a little bit messy. It can't really do anything massively destructive. It can't necessarily, it's not like it's got access to my bank accounts through that system. That's just an aggregate of all of the information that it's received from my bank. I suppose it could send an invoice to someone, I don't know. So anyway, the guardrails are pretty uptight for that process in general, but the point is they suggest not to do financial stuff, so I don't know how much it can how seriously to take it. What else have we got here? I think that's pretty much it. Basically, all I want to do is one final thing is to literally just show you how to enable it, and then we can. What was it you wanted to cover? Something you wanted to cover?
No, it's not important. We can cut it there.
Okay, fine. Well,
what I'm excited for is, you can show that.
Yeah. Let me show you this. So you go to settings, command, comma, and it's down here under desktop, general desktop app, and then this should be enable you to click. It was a weird one. I showed you exactly what was happening.
Browser use and computer use.
Nothing was down here, and I selected browser use and whatever, and I was like, where's this computer use that everyone's seeing? But I just made sure I updated and restarted, and then computer use is here, and you turn it on and grant access, and then you can even deny it certain apps. So get started with computer use.
People will use it for Tinder.
Find me the fittest babe on the planet. Yeah.
So what I'm excited about is to see what will be the ChatGPT's version of this, because they hired the OpenClaw creator, the creators of OpenClaw.
Oh, OpenClaw. Yes, sorry. I thought Open Code. In my head was Open Code. No, Peter Steinberg.
So Exactly. So Mr. Peter, he is at OpenAI, and presumably they are building something like this dispatch computer use from Claude, and they will probably have a different way of doing it. And I would like to see a different way, because I want to pick one and be like, to see which one is better. But it's crazy how Claude has been putting out just updates after updates. Like it feels like every day they have
big
an update.
Updates too, not just
big
like
one, yeah, features.
Yeah. The thing is that Claude. Now you talk about this and OpenAI's response. Claude they've climbed a ladder. They started with the bare minimum, and they've really been developing it. They've stacked their progress on top. They could not have got to computer use without co-work. They could not have got to co-work without Claude Code. So they've slowly been building up this ecosystem, this architecture that supports some of these really, really good features. Whereas OpenAI really don't. They're just all over the place, which... Just a quick one. We covered last week. You had shot off, but we covered last week the fact that they were deprioritizing efforts like Sora and Atlas, and
they discontinued.
Of focusing. Well, here's where I was getting to.
Yeah.
That was to support favor of like actual revenue generating things.
Mm-hmm.
This week they actually discontinued Sora. Like they're getting rid of it. Now, they didn't say anything about Atlas, but that was part of that list, and I wonder if they're going to actually remove Atlas from it. Like, they are really, really... They're on red alert without saying it. They're absolutely on red alert. But all that to be said, they just don't have a substantial ecosystem or foundation of products that can leverage each other. Whereas Claude or Anthropic are time and time again demonstrating that they're supporting the workforce, and they're supporting real productivity that real people actually want, not some AI slop generation video platform that no one ever fucking used anyway. So it's just, I don't know. I'm definitely biased.
That's a really good point. Yeah, that's really a good point. Like the best product by OpenAI, what has it been? It's been ChatGPT and
Codex
it's just
cool.
a chat app. Cool. Yeah, true. Okay, good point. Codex app, I use Codex app. Codex app is cool. But like mass adoption, ChatGPT has been a mass adoption. But what I was trying to say, like in my head, I was like comparing it to Claude Code in a way that Claude is built on top of this, essentially a terminal with AI on top of it, right? Like just give AI access to a terminal to do stuff, and they've been building on top of that. And I'm surprised that OpenAI just never did this I mean, they have Codex in the terminal, Codex CLI, and that was it. They never built a UI for it. That like you can't do anything automation or any like computer use or like any like anything co-work with ChatGPT.
There is scheduling or something to that effect, or you can do automations in the Codex app. There is an automations thing at the top left there, but like but yeah, it's not all that exciting, to be honest. You got it?
Yes, I have the automation, but it is for code. No, I mean we can, but it's
yeah, exactly.
It's
nothing.
So you have automations, but there is nothing in it that is like that exciting. These are mostly about code. What is new automation? So I could make a new automation.
They did release something a few months ago that was really interesting, that was to do with automations. Do you remember it? It was like a node-based thing. Do you remember that?
They did. I think
it's around the same time as they brought out ChatGPT apps, and they had this it was like an N8N competitor thing. That seemed to have died a death.
I think they did. Oh man, they made so. It seems like Sam Altman is just going around and saying, "Guys, I have an idea. Let's build this thing." And they build it, but it's half baked. The idea is half baked. People don't. I mean, it's also something some companies do. They throw so many ideas at the wall and see which one sticks. It seems like the baseline for Claude has been just so good, like with Claude Code and the models being really good. They have this really nice personality of not over explaining things to you. They are just to the point. That's the model. And then on top of it, they use your computer. And on top of that, now they're building this ecosystem around it. And OpenAI had a few dropping ball moments with the Department of War thing and mass uninstallments. Yeah, we're on the side of Claude, like on this show. This is this show has been brought to, no, not really. I wish they would.
That wouldn't be too bad.
I have to upgrade again, by the way. I have to pay to Claude more.
What, max?
I was on the max, but then I went back on the $20.
I see. Yeah, I'm staying on $20 just because I've got so much. I mean, I've got maybe 2 more months of free codex, I think, because I tried to go to
codex has been amazing in terms of like token usage. I've been using a lot of codex whenever I get the chance to code, but with this patch, I noticed because I can set up multiple conversations, I drain my limit so quickly. Like sometimes it happens in just a few conversations because I say, go do this research. And then I say, go do another research. And that's how much you get out of the $20.
Yeah. Listen, I'm looking at the time. I want to shoot. So let's wrap it up there, I think. Yeah. I totally in on. I'm definitely Claude. I definitely see that as, you know, the only reason why I'm not using Code. It's Claude Code. To be fair, I'm still keeping my $20 a month thing just because of computer use down there and all the rest of it. Like, so I'll still keep it around, but I've got now so many free months of codex that I'm just going to use that, and then I'll just be straight back to Claude, to be honest. But for the that's just for code. I'm not using ChatGPT subscription for anything else other than code, which is, you know. But yeah, all right, let's wrap it up there. Well, that's all we got time for.
Let's wrap it up.
Make sure to follow us on well, we're only on YouTube now, so make sure at Cmd+AI Show or CmdAIShow.com. That will link you through to the YouTube as well. Subscribe if you've enjoyed this, like and all that good stuff. And join us next week. We stream these every single week, and we make clips that you can just go watch in isolation on the YouTube throughout the week. That's been a week in AI, design, and dev. I've been Sam.
And I've been Kavarza.
Keep on vibing.
Peace out.